Nice.
Hop là. Hop là, hop là. Rebonsoir, chers amis. On se retrouve donc pour la suite du let's play sur honkaistarrail. Dans cette... ça, une doménosphère. Donc si j'ai bien compris, donc dans cet endroit, donc ils ont sur le loup au fou, ils ont plein de parties qui sont imbriquées. Mais si c'est un peu le bordel pour trouver les endroits où on veut aller, c'est la galère. C'est un peu ce qui arrive en ce moment. Oui, effet du statut, pourquoi tu me... Voilà, on arrête l'utilisation auto, c'est bon. Bon. Merde. C'était l'équipe. Madame, on va vous retirer de l'équipe si vous voulez bien. Quoique, non, on va prendre Serval. Allez. Bon. Donc, dans la dernière partie de stream qui était juste avant, qui a duré qu'une demi-heure, on a fait donc la deuxième partie de l'épreuve de l'équilibre de l'arbitre. Donc nous sommes montés, mais nous ne pouvons pas monter aussi bien avec tous nos persos, vu qu'il faut qu'on farme des matériaux. Enfin bref. Voilà. Ah oui. Ah oui, il faut qu'on fasse les ombres stagnantes. C'est les boss du monde ouvert, en fait. Ah. Ok, je vois. Bon, bref. Normalement, on devrait pouvoir s'en débrouiller. Enfin, j'espère. Nouveau message. Salutations. La maîtresse de la divination m'a demandé de t'attendre. Il est grand temps. Je ne peux pas venir. Je suis débordé. Qui est n'importe où pour fermer. Huh.
What does that mean? It's just a picture. Are we supposed to meet someone there? It's like one of those messages a kidnapper sends in a horror movie.
That's enough of that. Come on, let's go.
C'est la photo que vous avez reçue pour trouver la messagère qui vous attend. Bon. Ben... Je vous vois, madame. Je vous vois, madame. Vous êtes encore en train de jouer?
Hurry up, Chingchua. We'll be fossils by the time you're finished.
I heard there was a disaster in the Divination Commission's delve? I'm surprised you're in the mood to play right now, Chingchua.
Even if the sky was gonna collapse on the Divination Commission, the Master Diviner would be there to hold it up. What she lacks in height, she more than makes up for in stamina. Anyway, I didn't come here just to play. She ordered me to wait here for our guests. Time is precious. I'm simply multitasking.
Oui, bien sûr.
It's the place in the photo, all right. Is this a games parlor? What kind of problem can they possibly be facing? Isn't this hand a problem? I have the worst luck. Hi there! I can tell just by looking at you that you're the Divination Commission's guests.
Tu nous as fait venir ici juste pour ça? Tu sais combien de temps on a attendu? Je veux pas que la maîtresse de divination apprenne que tu te la coules douce, hein. Allez, on va dire ça. Première option.
I know, I'm sorry. I was going to wait for you by the statue, but... Ah! Triplet! But folks from the Realm Keeping Commission descended on the area. It's too loud over there now. Pass! Pass! So I thought to myself, wouldn't it be better to meet somewhere quieter? Four of a kind! And wouldn't that be more fun, too? Better to show you the real Exalting Sanctum and introduce you to a true Xianzhou pastime, Celestial Jade! Haha! Victory!
Ils sont là, quoi?
Now that my wish has been fulfilled, there's nothing holding us back. Follow me, honored guests.
Ils ont fait rouler dessus.
I apologize for your long wait, honored guests.
It wasn't too long. Seeing your enthusiasm for this Celestial Jade game has stoked my curiosity.
I'm glad to hear it. You clearly have excellent taste. If you're interested, I can show you how to play. It's great fun.
Sure.
Mr. Yang, is this really the best time?
Non. C'est pas le bon moment, mais... Même si c'est la bonne personne. Bref. Vous avez un message? Non. On a juste un message de madame. Nous avons eu des succès. C'est une technique 50 fois. Yes. Nous avons eu... Prise la main dans le sac. Twitching qui travaille dur en jouant à des jeux. Ah ouais, un personnage de niveau 40. Wouhou. Bref. De toute façon, on n'ira pas plus loin avec nos persos. Enfin, pas tout de suite. Ah, dis-moi, la commission de divination. Ah. Je peux passer par là. Là. Allô? Non. Non. Ça n'en a pas l'air. Donc on va se téléporter plus haut. Oui, non. J'aurais dû regarder la minimap.
Ah, look. Is that a...
It's an ancient tree. We call it the Ambrosial Arbor. It was once the Xianzhou Lafu's prized treasure.
I didn't know the Skyfaring Commission were history buffs. Not bad. Younger generations usually don't know much about it. It's said that the Ambrosial Arbor is an ancient remnant from when the Xianzhou roamed the ether. From a distance, it looks like half a tree stump. But according to records of the early nation, in its prime, it wound into the heavens and from it celestial bodies hung. Meaning?
It means the tree was as tall as the sky and stars hung from its branches.
So, how big was it? Bigger than the Express? Bigger than Herta Space Station? No, that can't be right. Stars hung from its branches. Then, how did it fit in the Xianzhou?
Techniquement, tous les arbres à bord de ce vaisseau spatial correspondent à cette description.
Those are metaphors. You shouldn't take poetry so literally. Anyway, it's just a legend. I see this view every day on my way to work. I'm kind of bored of it. Let's go.
El famoso arbre. Oh, il est un peu rip l'arbre. Hein. De toute façon, comme dit, l'important de cet arbre était dans le passé. Hein. Donc apparemment, si j'ai bien compris, donc c'est cet arbre qui donne les fruits de l'abondance, qui permettait d'obtenir l'immortalité. Mais vu qu'ils sont plus trop dans le délire Yaoshi, ici, est-ce qu'ils l'ont brûlé? Ou est-ce qu'il a flétri quand ils ont arrêté de vénérer l'Aion Yaoshi? Je sais pas. Oh, Argentien, chevalier de la beauté. Ta plus quête est de retrouver l'Aion disparu. Idril à la beauté. franc et candide et l'air à travers l'espace, défendant les vertus prônées par Idrilla. Cuisson...
Just a heads up, please don't go running off once we're inside. You may be the Master Diviner's guests, but she hates people who don't abide by rules and regulations. Oh, and people who ask too many questions, not to mention... Please, don't push her buttons.
We're just here for the questioning. We'll leave as soon as it's over.
Et donc... Commission de divination. Ok, donc ce n'est pas une zone civile. Ok, ça a l'air plutôt grand. Ah, on est de l'autre côté de l'arbre. Il y a des gens pas très sympathiques qui traînent. Niveau 44 quand même, hein.
To the finish. Time for the main event. Keep up. My tempo.
On risque de galérer un petit coup. Bonsoir Shana, bienvenue, bienvenue.
Nap time.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
This song's just for you.
Lui, il y a quand même des chances qu'il va mourir tout de suite. On va discuter avec lui.
Step aside. I have no interest in satiety now.
Lance at the ready. Fracture.
Ouais, de toute façon. C'est après avoir repris des dégâts, il allait pas mourir. Aurait été un peu abusé.
I'm on guard. Turn up the volume.
Naughty children, don't listen.
Hop.
You're in bad shape.
Step aside. I have
Attention.
no interest in stoking conflict.
Il est à moitié vie déjà avec la pionnière.
To the finish. Pretty good crowd today. Keep up. My tempo.
That'll take more than medicine. All better now?
Nice teamwork.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Allez, sur lui.
Lance at the ready.
Hop là, rip. Et toi aussi, rip.
The volume.
Non, pas de ça.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Bah si. Hop là.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
C'est bien, au moins on récupère des loots pour ces joyeux lurons. Là, il fallait quoi déjà? Ouais. Dan Hank, qu'est-ce qu'il te faut toi? Hmm. Ouais. Ouais. Elle pourrait peut-être améliorer elle. Ah non. On en récupère un. Bon. Continuons. Ne comptons pas trop sur l'amélioration de nos persos pour l'instant. Ouais.
So strange. Oh, let me guess. The gate isn't working? I don't understand. It's never been locked before. And no one told me to take a key. Hey, I know the food here sucks, but that's no reason to shut the gate on our guests. Are you really from the Divination Commission?
Tu n'aurais pas été viré par hasard. C'est peut-être passé quelque chose à l'intérieur.
Don't scare me. Master Diviner wouldn't let anything bad happen on her watch. There's no need to panic, okay? This isn't the only entrance into the Divination Commission. I know an emergency access.
Un accès ou une sortie d'urgence? Je sais pas, ça a l'air d'être l'ordre de personne qui a besoin de sortie de secours. Sortie d'urgence.
Here it is. You seem familiar. You're pretty sharp. Stellaron corrosion. What's going on? Great. This gate won't open either. We've kept the Master Diviner waiting. No doubt she'll blame unreliable Chinja for messing up once again. I knew I'd offended that Diviner. That's why she sent this girl to help us.
Miss Qingqi, if you don't mind, may I take a look?
Huh? Oh, no need. Actually, I was just being polite. I don't see why not. Let me show you. This thing is pretty fun.
Dévoiler l'entrée de service. Ah! Ok. C'est le système de substrat par boulier de jade développé par la commission de l'artisanat. Déplacer les modules d'informatique dans les sous-routines vers les bases avec le motif correspondant afin que le substrat puisse fonctionner correctement. Un module informatique qui peut être déplacé. Sélectionnez la base de l'axe pour déplacer les modules informatiques autour. Déplacer tous les modules informatiques vers les bases correspondantes pour que le substrat fonctionne normalement. Ah! Yes! C'est bon, j'ai compris.
Oh, you're amazing, Mr. Yang. You handled that well for an outsider. I officially hand over the title of Keeper of the Loafing Gate to you.
La porte de la flânerie, je savais!
Anyone here surprised? Anyone?
Here comes trouble.
Can't we run around to them for a change?
Ok, alchimiste interne des disciples du Sanctus Medicus. Bon, je sens que
To the finish.
il vaut mieux qu'on sorte Chink bientôt.
My tempo.
Time for a shot. You're in bad shape.
This song's just for you.
Turn up the volume.
Bon, moi pour l'instant, on peut avancer sans problème. On espère que ça restera le cas plus tard.
Don't savor the vigor of it.
It's too late to repent.
Ah, il a explosé.
My tempo.
Nap time.
Step aside. I have no interest in.
Turn up the volume.
The story in
Ah.
your own way.
Bon. Et dès qu'on les voit, on va essayer de voir un peu d'ajuster notre équipe. Ouais. Ouais. Hop, on va faire comme ça. Bon. Et on va se rendre vers là. Donc on doit probablement prendre le chemin par ici, si possible.
Lance at the ready. To the finish.
Keep up my tempo.
Fights are like gambling. You have to choose. You're in bad shape.
Turn up the volume.
Wait for the tiles before you don't need this tile. Nap time.
I'm on guard.
Just in time. Just a little something.
Au cas où, j'ai pas envie que...
Nothing of
Je sais pas s'il y a encore des ennemis devant.
Ready to jam.
J'avais pas envie qu'ils me rip tout le monde.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward. Time for the main event.
Keep up my tempo.
Et avec Mara est soigné.
Better late than never. Fights are like gambling. You have to choose. Time for a shot.
Au revoir.
You're in bad shape.
Not as bad.
Non, il est pas mort. The Alchimiste.
Fracture.
Cette fois, il est mort. Ah, ok, il a que touché Serval.
Turn up the volume.
Wait for the tiles before you start counting.
Rip.
Naughty children.
Et là, Rip à coup sûr. Hmm. Ah. Donc là, c'est l'entrée principale. Facile. Hmm. Oh! Petit coffre. Il y a une grue. Bonjour Mingo.
Wow, a rare honor.
Me? Have we met?
No, I met Chinchua. I didn't expect to see her here during work hours.
That's unfair. I'm working hard. Look, these are the guests the Master Diviner wants to meet.
A rare honor.
Are you talking about us this time?
Yes. The Master Diviner rarely allows outsiders. She likes her peace and quiet. If you want to see the Master Diviner, head straight to the Matrix of Prescience. They're short of hands. The Master Diviner is run off her feet, and the Cloud Knights stationed there are driving away evil spirits. I don't know when they'll be done.
Ok.
This is the Matrix of Prescience, a large-scale Jade Abacus calculation terminal. It's the pride and joy of the Divination Commission.
We've heard the term Jade Abacus a few times now. Would you mind explaining what it is, Miss Qingque?
A Jade Abacus is just... a Jade Abacus. That's a good question, Mr. Yang. It might take me a minute to give you an answer. Let me think. The book, Glimpses into the Beyond, describes it as living jade engraved with symbols for divination into the unknown. Just like engraving a seal, the craftsmen of the Xianzhou Artisanship Commission carve faint symbols into pieces of jade and then insert them into machines to get them to operate according to a certain intention. Some jade abacuses are small enough to fit inside bracelets and jewelry. We put the bigger ones into instruments of calculation, so we can simulate the future and learn from the past. Take the Matrix of Prescience here as an example. As long as sufficient information is provided, it can answer questions on anything, from the evolution of natural phenomena to the metabolism of living things. They say the theory behind the symbols was handed down by Nous, the Wisdom Walker. The principles are so profound that in the Divination Commission, only the Master Diviner truly understands them.
Oh. Donc ce sont des ordinateurs.
Seems like it, but Jade Abacus does sound a lot better. Besides, ordinary computers don't have cool backstories. Technology handed down from Nous. Huh. Even in Madame Herta's space station, I never saw anything related to Nous. Anyway, don't dwell on names. As long as the machine works, what does it matter whether it's a Jade Abacus or a computer? Just like today, would it have mattered if Baichue had brought you here instead of Qingque? It makes no difference at all. We're almost at the Matrix of Prescience core. The Master Diviner should be waiting.
La maîtresse de la divination. Hop, on s'est soigné.
Meta-algorithm reading complete. Inputting Jade Abacus for simulation. Divination inference complete. Hexachromatic position established. Fluctuation range is between the marsh and the water trigrams. Error margin of 0.2%. The algorithm is correct, so what's interfering with the instruments?
Ah tiens, elle est avec le général.
Diviner Fu, how are things progressing?
We're fluctuating between the heaven and thunder trigrams. A step forward bridges no distance hence.
And for those who don't speak Fushan,
It's an utter disaster. How's that for a divination commission, Fortune? The matrix of prescience has stopped operating, and the symbols have dimmed. There are Stellaron spirits wreaking havoc inside the commission, and the Cloud Knights are struggling to protect civilians. I want to restore the matrix of prescience, but I have no forces available. And on top of all of that, General, we still have to deal with the Stellaron hunter you handed to us. If that's not an utter disaster, then I don't know what is.
but your Fushan, the seer, the boundless, omniscient, bringing luck and avoiding misfortune is your strong suit, isn't it?
You don't need to flatter me, General. It's natural for fortune to fluctuate. There's no escaping it. The Divination Commission simply does its best to uncover the good and the bad and then make the right decisions. We have no magical means to turn the tide.
And that is precisely why we need you in charge. When it comes to handling clairvoyant Stellaron hunters, who better than Fushan the Seer? As for reinforcements, you didn't think I'd be unprepared, did you? Look, help has just arrived.
Master Diviner, I brought you the guests. Though, it wasn't your order I received. So, General, even guests are on the payroll these days?
Well, since they're here already, I may as well make use of them.
Puisqu'ils sont là, on pourrait les utiliser, non?
Entering the matrix of prescience without my permission is a breach of protocol. Would be an ungracious thing to say in the present circumstances. I admit I'm pleasantly surprised to see you here. Qingque is often unreliable, but she comes through for us when the need arises.
Ravi de nous avoir comme nouveau Larbin, n'est-ce pas? Aïe, aïe, aïe.
It's nice to have people I can entrust with difficult matters. I'm not like the General, and you don't even belong to my commission. I certainly won't be bossing you around.
No need for the formalities. We heard what the General said. If you need something from us, just say the word.
Very well, then I'll keep this brief. The Divination Commission is currently understaffed. I need your help to restart the Matrix of Prescience's space terminals. And eliminate the Stellaron spirits along the way.
N'allons-nous pas violer les secrets de Shienzu au cours de ce processus?
Yes, but you needn't worry. You have my permission. Qingque will accompany you. She'll be in charge of restarting the terminal. As for eliminating the spirits... Psst.
I hath divined our future. We are destined to be errand runners. Forever.
Et le mot magique?
Which magic word?
The universal one? Please?
Aïe, aïe, aïe. Ah, c'est dur, hein.
Please.
Good enough.
Bon, elle l'a fait, hein. Elle aurait pu dire non, hein. Après, Qingque a dit qu'elle était petite, Fuxuan, mais en vrai, si on regarde bien, disons, ouais, elle est, ouais, bon, elle est pas beaucoup plus grande. Hein.
Qingque, restarting the base terminals will be your responsibility. Oh, and forget everything you saw and heard just now.
Eh ben, bon.
Is this what I get? No reward and a bunch of extra work? The Master Diviner wants me to restart the Matrix of Prescience's base terminals. And bring you along for the ride.
C'est la chance d'impressionner la chef.
I worked so hard on getting transferred to the repository. It's the best place to slack off and be invisible. Now I actually have career prospects. This is terrible. If I screw it up, they might fire me. But if I get it done right, they'll send me more work. I'm gonna ask more questions next time. I could be playing Celestial Jade right now.
Aïe aïe aïe. C'est dur d'être un... de ne pas vouloir travailler.
It's been a while, my astro guest. Thanks to you, the Lawfu has successfully brought Kafka to justice. I am truly grateful. There hadn't been a single Stellaron hunter arrest since the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation issued their bounty. This is a victory for the Xianzhou.
Si on se partageait, c'est prime 50-50. Donc, vous êtes en concurrence avec la CPI.
How can we compete when our paths diverge? The Alliance has taken an oath to hunt down undying abominations, while the IPC is dedicated to their preservation. The Alliance and the Corporation occasionally work together, but ultimately, our ways are different. Still, it's a pleasure for me to be able to say that the Xianzhou has captured a criminal wanted by the IPC. Still, at present, Kafka has no intention of speaking, and the Stellaron Hunter's motives remain unknown. We must rely on the power of the Divination Commission to unearth the truth.
Unearth the truth? You mean interrogate Kafka with the Matrix of Prescience?
Precisely. The Matrix of Prescience is the Divination Commission's ultimate weapon, and was originally used to calculate navigation routes and predict future events. But the secrets of the Stellaron Hunters cannot remain hidden any longer. I have no choice but to move beyond conventional protocol. We must use divination to ascertain Kafka's intent. Everything hinges on restoring the Matrix of Prescience, which is why I would like you to help Diviner Fu complete the setup. I am eternally grateful for your assistance.
Il se barre. Ok. Bon. Le parchemin est un dispositif de téléportation à courte distance de la commission de l'artisanat qui permet au personnage de se téléporter entre deux coordonnées spatiales. Ces parchemins peuvent pivoter et être alignés avec un autre parchemin, ce qui permet au personnage de se téléporter entre les deux. Bon bah... Pas ouf. Redémarrer le terminal temporel. Ok. Ouais, donc une zone et une zone. Un truc du genre.
This is the temporal terminal. Observes the potential of the temporal plane. They say this terminal is designed to retrieve information related to time.
Ok. Putain, Magnus est invoqué déjà de calcul à grande échelle utilisé pour calculer les itinéraires et prédire l'avenir. Pour activer le terminal de base, il faut changer la disposition du sol pour correspondre à la motif avec la forme indiquée. Oui, je pense que ça avait l'air plutôt évident. Posé. Ouais. Facile.
do it? What? You just matched up those symbols. Is that it? The more complex something is, the more important it is to keep it simple. Don't you think? If it's so simple, why didn't your master diviner come and do it herself? Maybe deep down she just wants to be lazy once in a while. Like me.
Qui sait? Peut-être qu'il a d'autres choses à foutre aussi, c'est possible. Alors que là-bas il y a un ennemi. Ah. Donc c'est tout ce qu'on a à faire? Ouais. Hop. C'est rapide.
To the finish. Time for the main event. Turn up the volume.
Naughty children, don't listen. Savor the vigor of it.
Bon, on se débarrasse d'eux. Je pense qu'on peut trouver un chemin pour passer de l'autre côté pour le reste. Hein.
Lance at the ready. Fracture. Keep up. My tempo.
That's a set. Wait for the tiles. Nap time.
Not a scratch.
Allez.
I'm on.
Oula.
Don't need this style. Time for a
Avant
shot.
de l'éliminer, on va faire un petit soin.
Nice teamwork.
Hop là. La voie est libre. C'est pas un parchemin ça? Si, je suis sûr que c'est un parchemin. Hop.
Noise.
Encore un. Hop. Et hop. Ouais. Facile. Téléportation. Un coffre.
Is that all?
Là.
Oh, what the heck is this? It looks like a walking gate.
Ah oui, j'ai déjà affronté un de ces trucs. Pour faire un truc de relique. Il est plutôt... Bon, vous allez voir.
Take it easy. There's nothing supernatural on the Cianjo. It's an aromaton. It's guarding the matrix of prescience. They're stationed at various strategic places. I feel like it needs a sign saying mortals forbidden or something. Are you sure it won't fly into a rage if we walk past it? We're here by order of the Master Diviner to restart the Matrix of Prescience. Friends, not foes.
Passage prohibited.
March! You should join the Divination Commission. Quick, do something!
Rejoindre la truc de divination. Ok. Bon. On a électro, on a quantique. C'est déjà pas mal.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up. Like tempo.
La sanction augmente.
Ugh, this hand sucks. Stay calm.
Oui. Une tuile. Autre sanction atteint 66%.
Savor the vigor. To the finish. This song's just for you. Turn up the volume.
Allez, il lance son mode sanction. Il invoque ses poissons.
Fights are like gambling. You have to choose when to strike. Time for a shot. You're in bad shape.
Là.
Lance at the ready.
Allez, le petit emprisonnement encore. Taux de sanction atteint 33%. Non. Ah. Quand même. Oh, il est rompu.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music. Conquer us all. Time to go on the offensive.
Et boum.
Luck of the draw. Please, 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 please. Looks like victory!
Hop là. Cette fois, tu vas prendre cher, espèce de gardien.
Better late than never. Wait for the time for the payout. Naughty children, don't let savor the vigor of it.
Taux de sanction atteint 66%.
Pretty good crowd today.
Il va bientôt crever le plafond de nouveau. Le taux de sanction. Voilà. Ouais.
Time for a shot.
Donc c'est pas Natacha qui se fait défoncer. Oui, je sais, mais va plutôt faire ça pour toi-même déjà.
Fights are like gambling. You have to choose with.
De toute façon, il est bientôt dead.
To the finish.
Fin du mode sanction.
Turn up the volume. Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music.
Est-ce que ça tue?
Conquer us all.
Non. Non.
Naughty children.
La flemmarde est dead.
You're in bad shape.
Encore?
I'm on guard.
Ah oui, ils sont 4 maintenant.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward. This song's just for you. Keep up. My tempo.
Hop là. Multi-explosion. C'est un beau feu d'artifice. Hein. Combat fini.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Bon.
This must be the spatial terminal. They say this terminal is designed to retrieve information related to space. You probably could have guessed that.
Oh. Facile en vrai.
Done. Next.
Bon, ensuite. Bon, pas besoin de ça.
Let me guess.
Pas de combat ici?
Time, space. I bet the next terminal is energy related.
Darn, the karma terminal. They say this terminal is designed to establish causal relationships.
Bon. Ouh. Ouais. En vrai, il est quasiment tout fait, hein. C'est presque trop facile. Mais c'est pas là pour être très difficile non plus. Hein.
Did it. All 3 terminals activated. Let's go back to the core and report to the Master Diviner.
Parfait. Alors on voit la petite fou. Bonjour. Il faut réparer. Attendez. Trouvé. Oui. Yes.
Well done, all of you. I can sense the matrix of prescient symbols re-illuminating. Now, to interrogate Kafka. Those of you in the core may feel a few impacts. Are you ready?
Prête.
Is this really necessary? I said I'd cooperate with you.
I have no interest in the words of wanted criminals, especially those skilled in the art of manipulation. So, say what you will. I'm here to witness the divination of the Matrix of Prescience. The Divination Commission has ways of extracting the truth, and they're far more effective than a conversation.
Then please, Master Diviner, witness my destiny.
Les jeux sont différents que d'habitude, non? On dirait, hein?
Why you're here? All for that?
Well, not what you were expecting.
Eh ben...
I can't believe it. But the Matrix of Prescience cannot be wrong.
Est-ce que Kafka nous a encore roulé? Peut-être.
Kafka has nothing to do with the Stellaron, but you... It's you.
Hein?
Absurd. I'd never have thought it.
Que vient-il de se passer?
Ask her yourself. Take as long as you wish. I must report this to the General immediately. Please excuse me.
You go ask her. I know you still have many questions for Kafka yourself.
Eh ben... C'est un témoin de succès. Soif de combat. Lors d'un même combat, fait passer le gardien automaton à l'état de colère 3 fois. Ah ouais. Témoin du mystère de la matrice de la commission de divination. Les 10 angles spatiales dans l'UOFU.
Hi. You haven't changed a bit. I'm sorry you have to see me in such a sorry state.
Fais pas comme si on était amis.
Fine if you prefer. Not friends. I didn't talk to you on the train because I knew you and I would get to talk alone here. Worth waiting for, don't you think? You seem to have a lot to ask me.
Vous êtes vraiment innocente?
Elio said he foresaw 3 questions, but they would be the same in essence. If I were to hear one of them, I would then tell you the objective of this trip in all its detail. Since you asked one of the 3 questions, it means everything is going smoothly. Are you ready to hear my answer? Cienjo's Stellaron problem is not directly linked to us. But if you look at it from Elio's perspective, you can't say the Stellaron hunters are completely innocent. We foresaw all this long ago, but chose to remain indifferent until the time was right for us to get involved. Diviner Fu was surprised because she discovered 3 truths. 1. The Stellaron hunters are not enemies of the Cienjo. You know this now, though you refuse to believe it. 2. Someone else brought the Stellaron into the Cienjo and activated it. A result of both internal unrest and external aggression. Traitors on the Luofu and enemies from outside want to overthrow the Cienjo. The Master Diviner is in a hurry to find the General, presumably to inform him of this fact. However, that's all the Master Diviner knows, because Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. He foresaw the Divination Commission using the matrix of prescience against me. To guard against setbacks, he ensured that I knew only what he wanted the Cienjo Alliance to know in this moment.
Ok, ça c'est prévisible.
As for number 3, even in their wildest dreams, the Cienjo Alliance could never have guessed it. If the Stellaron hunters aren't the cause of all this, then why are Blady and I even here? We're here for you.
Pour nous? Non, rien à dire.
Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It's no wonder Fu Shen doesn't believe it either. But the Matrix of Prescience doesn't lie. The answer is just that bizarre. The Stellaron hunters appearing here, Blady getting arrested, me being lured to the Matrix of Prescience. It was all to bring you, the Astral Express crew, to the Cienjo. In the future that Elio chose, the power of the hunt is indispensable. And that's why the Astral Express crew had to come to the Luofu and achieve something important for the Cienjo. You had to establish a connection with the Alliance. And that's why I had to trick you into coming here. I needed you to meet the Luofu's general in person and help him resolve the Stellaron crisis. I needed the Alliance to owe you a favor. That way, in the future, at the most critical moment, the Cienjo will offer you their help. What do you think? Surprised? The notorious Stellaron hunters did all that just to make you a hero of the Cienjo? Quite the plot twist, don't you think?
En vrai, je l'avais envisagé. Je me souviens qu'à un moment j'avais pensé à ça. Ben pour avoir le pouvoir de de la chasse. Évidemment. À l'avenir, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
Like I said, Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. The future holds endless possibilities. Knowing the right thing at the wrong time could spoil all our hard work. There is only one thing I can tell you about the future. In the best and the worst cases, you will eventually have to face Nanook, the destruction.
Okay.
And when that time comes, you will need all the help you can get. It will be a brutal struggle of eonic proportions.
C'est effectivement Nanook la destruction qui est derrière.
Proportions that neither you, nor I, nor the Astral Express will ever be able to reach. In the vast majority of futures, that's when destiny ends. But if we follow Elio's plan, there may be a glimmer of hope on the horizon. You know, even eons can be killed.
Ouais. Bon instant. Un grige de... Ouais. La Nanook, la destruction. Donc ce serait lui le boss final. En même temps, à l'autre bout du Luofu.
Hey, Luocha. You didn't finish telling us about the propagation. Keep going, it's interesting. So, neons can die, huh? Weird. I thought they were invincible.
There is no true invincibility or immortality in the world. Such exaggerations are born of the perspectives of ordinary beings. Nonetheless, ordinary beings could not have orchestrated the fall of the propagation. That Eon was slain at the hands of another Eon.
I don't understand. They're all eons. Why do they want to fight?
Are you really from the Xianzhou? Other Eons aside, surely you must know the story of Lan and Yaoshe. Isn't destroying the Eon Yaoshe the Alliance's cherished aim?
Of course I know. Well, I know a little. My mom made me practice with swords all day. I didn't really go to school.
Okay.
In that case, let's just change the subject. If you don't know about the feud between the Hunt and the Abundance, I'm afraid there's just too much to explain.
Fine. How's this for a subject? What's in the box?
Oh, this one? It's a casket, more commonly known as a coffin. It's for containing the remains of the deceased.
The deceased? Aren't you a merchant?
Yes, indeed. This is just part of my job. I was asked to deliver this coffin to the Xianzhou. I'd quite forgotten. For long life species, death is probably a distant concept.
Nope. The Cloud Knights spend a lot of time on the battlefield. Death is a common occurrence. It's just, we don't put bodies in boxes? Coffins. In the Xianzhou, people go to the Hall of Karma in the Ten Lords Commission and consecrate the names and jade abacuses of the dead. It's our way of saying goodbye. The Foxians and the Videodora have their own ceremonies. Foxian soldiers place their dead in star skiffs and then let them drift out into the stars. They call it the returning. As for the Videodora, they're more mysterious. They say that when a Videodora is very old or has a fatal injury, they turn into an egg that looks like pearl. When the shell breaks, they come out looking young again. My mom calls the Videodora long scions. When I was young, she told me stories of how the Videodora could turn into dragons. I don't know if that's true.
C'est vrai. Mais seuls les Videodariens spéciaux peuvent se transformer en dragon.
What do you know? Silent but deadly speaks.
Your mother is right. The Videodora are long scions. They are descendants of the Eon of Permanence. That was why some, but not all, could turn into dragons. The power was a rare inheritance, passed down only to those who could successfully complete numerous rites and challenges. For the inheritor, it was hard to say whether it was a blessing or a curse.
I've heard the story of Long the Permanence and their descendants. Many myths and legends praise the Eon for a rich and immortal life. But for some reason, the Eon disappeared among the stars without a trace. Almost as if they had never existed, leaving only their descendants. Every life has its limit. Even the Eons are not truly immortal and will eventually reach the end of their lives.
Let me ask you one more question. Do you know the person in the coffin?
Yes.
A friend?
No.
So, a sweetheart?
Miss, whatever gave you that impression? The individual in the coffin is neither friend nor relative. We met only once. By chance, I made someone a promise, and so I have to run this errand. Let's leave it at that, shall we? I think we've all had enough rest.
Bon, on reprend. On va passer par la doménosphère vide. Non! Ok. Oui, pas de carte. Ok, là, il y a une barrière, je l'avais pas vu. Oui, il y a la porte. Ah, c'est des pièces du gros truc qu'on a combattu avant. Ouais. Bon, on peut pas vraiment changer de perso apparemment.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Wanna see what I can do?
Ça marche bien.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Éliminé.
Nothing major. Receive divinity.
Don't worry about me. Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Allow me, Abyss Flower, bloom. That which is seized must be repaid. The dead will return!
Hop là. Victoire. Ouais. Tiens, qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est le fragmentum là? Cette plante?
Mara struck.
It looks like someone's hurt.
Wait. Let's think before we act.
Le soldat frappé par le Mara et sauver la fille blessée.
Silent but deadly. Locha, let's charge in together. If we take them out quickly, we can rescue the girl.
What happened to us letting you handle it?
I've only got 2 hands. Please, I'll wangle you a prize for your bravery or something when it's all over.
Enough. Let's go.
Allez, arrêtez de nous taquiner. On les défonce. Mais en vrai, je pense que c'est le moment de faire la petite pause. Ouais, ça me paraît bien en fait. Bon, de toute façon, là, on est à 1h15, 1h14 et 58 secondes de stream. Bah non, ça va passer. Bref. Donc, on se retrouve. Donc, on fait les 2 minutes de pause. On se retrouve juste après pour la prochaine partie. Donc, à tout de suite, chers amis.